I wasn't supposed to feel anything for him. Not admiration, not curiosity, and definitely not desire. He was off limits, and I knew it from the moment our eyes met. I remember that night vividly, the city lights dancing outside the window, the music low, the air heavy with something unspoken. I had gone there for business, or at least that's what I told myself. But deep down, I knew I wanted to see him. He was older, confident, calm, the kind of man who doesn't chase attention, yet somehow commands every room he walks into. When he spoke, people listened. When he looked at me, I forgot what I was supposed to say. Every word from him felt like a question I wasn't ready to answer. Every silence between us felt like a confession I didn't dare to make. That evening, he offered to walk me to my car. It should have been nothing, just a polite gesture. But as we walked side by side, the city felt quieter, slower, almost as if it was holding its breath for us. The sound of his voice, the way he smiled when I left, it all felt too real, too dangerous. And then, he said something I'll never forget. Some things in life are too beautiful to resist, even when you know you shouldn't. My heart stopped. He wasn't talking about the view. He was talking about me. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept replaying his words, his voice, his gaze. It wasn't love, not yet. But it was the beginning of something that could ruin us both. The next morning, I told myself I'd stay away. I'd bury the feelings, act professional, and forget the way he looked at me. But the more I tried to avoid him, the closer life kept pulling us together. Days turned into weeks, meetings, calls, accidental touches that weren't accidents. He would always stand just close enough that I could feel the warmth of his presence, but never close enough to cross the line. It was intoxicating, the waiting, the wanting, the pretending. We were two people trapped between logic and longing. And one night, logic finally lost. It was raining. We stayed late after a company event. Everyone had left except us. He poured me a glass of wine. We talked about everything and nothing. The storm outside echoed the storm inside me. And then, silence. A heartbeat, a choice. He took one slow step closer. I didn't move away, because I didn't want to. When his hand brushed against mine, I felt every emotion I'd tried to suppress come alive. Fear, excitement, guilt, need. And when our eyes met, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't falling anymore. I had already fallen. That night changed everything, and yet we said nothing. We just stood there, close enough to touch, but far enough to destroy everything if we did. The next day, he acted like nothing had happened. And I did too. But something between us had shifted, quietly, irreversibly. People around us didn't notice, but we did. Every glance, every pause, every unsent message. We lived in the space between almost and never. It's been months now. We never crossed the line completely. Maybe that's what makes it even harder. Because what do you do when the person who makes you feel alive is also the one you can't have? I tell myself I moved on, that it was just a moment, a mistake, a fantasy. But every time I see the city lights, I remember that night, that silence, that heartbeat. And I wonder if he remembers it too. Because I'll never forget the night I fell for the man I wasn't supposed to love.